Hey, welcome back to another edition of Ask Me Anything.
Oh!
And we're going to ask Renee.
Oh!
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Yeah, we're tossing up this little podcast.
Yeah.
I'm liking it.
Yeah. So we're
it.
switching things up a little
We're
bit.
trying to find our own groove, our own vibe for this.
Right.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So today's episode, we're just going to ask Renee anything about her music. And
You literally could ask me anything, though.
yeah.
I can't name names, and I can't tell other people's stories.
So do we need to keep it music related, or like you said, I can ask you anything?
So it's a music podcast, so we'll try to keep it music related, but
Okay.
You could ask me anything. So Fred and I were talking, we were saying that if you want, once people start listening to this at some point in life, you can drop into the comments any questions that you might have to ask me anything, and then Fred can pitch them to me in the next episode.
Yes, in the future.
Yeah. So if you want to ask me anything, you can do that, and Fred will ask it for you.
Yes.
But,
so if there's a question that you've been wanting an answer to, put it in the chats right now.
Right below. Go.
All right. So let's keep it music related.
Yeah.
And I want to start with, I'm going to kind of cheat on this one.
Cheating.
But it's just to start
We're getting this whole thing.
Yeah, just to ease our way into it. Okay. All right. So what is one song that is getting a lot of attention right now?
Okay, backstory. So I ended up on a compilation CD out of the UK.
Woohoo! Yeah!
It was a Latin vibe compilation. So the pitch was for something that had like a Latin pop vibe, and I was like, "Yo, I got that song."
Yeah,
I got two of them.
You got two, yeah.
Yeah. But I decided to put the newer one in. And I dropped it in, and I think it was days later, I got like hey, we chose it, send us, email with the title and do this and this. And I said, okay, so I sent it off. And then, and I'll tell you what it is in a second. So then I got another email, and they were like, look, we're really digging this song. Like, would you like to see about getting this charting in the UK? And I'm like, that's something we do.
Yeah.
This is something I work with someone on? And they're like, yeah. So we had a small little chat or whatever, and it involved me getting on their label, company's podcast. And so it was crazy because I got on the podcast, and I don't know when it airs, but when it does, we'll share it out. But we're in his podcast, and he's like, yeah, so I kind of just on a whim sent it to South America, and it got accepted in the national radio stations for Chile, Colombia, Brazil. He's like, how do you feel about having fans on South America? And I was like, what? Because I'm like on his podcast hearing it for the first time, trying to process what he's just said. I'm like, wait, what do you mean it's playing? What do you mean it's playing in Brazil? What do you mean?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Right?
That's
awesome.
awesome.
So the song is called Lose My Breath.
Lose My Breath.
Lose My Breath. And Brad, look, it's probably the dirtiest song I've ever written.
Yeah.
It's probably the dirtiest song I've ever written.
It's a little spicy, y'all.
That's good. It's spicy.
Yeah,
it's spicy. It's funny because I wrote it in such a way that could mean it very innocently. Like, so when I think of the words, I'm like, it's so innocent. It's like, no, it's not.
Yeah, but some people got dirty minds.
And the words really kind of lend it to both of those spaces.
Yeah. You could, I could see that song being a clean cut radio version, like Kids Bop can participate in it.
You
and
can
then
feel it
I can also see
it was. I took it like you could be in a club, right? So I took it like you could be like I wrote it like
situation.
Yeah, okay. So I wrote it like.
I already know how I'm going to dance in my bedroom to the song with my wife. What's up, babe? But how are you going to respond to this song?
So the way, it's so true though, because it's funny. When I did it, I wrote it. So when I wrote it, ask me anything. I'm telling you how I wrote this. When I wrote it, because I'm like, if you listen to my music, I don't lean into dirty like ever. Like I'm kind of like, I've been called a prude. I was raised where you don't talk about that stuff. You don't like, you don't do that stuff in public. Like,
right.
So, kind of like half my family was British, the other half was German. I had no household where that was appropriate. So when I wrote it, I was thinking about it like more like you're in a club, like dancing, and I'm talking about like the feeling is, do you feel the beats?
Right.
Like that was the feeling.
Right.
Can you feel it now? We can feel it now. Like we're all like, I was thinking about it that way, and like in a like sweaty hot club with all these people around you, and but then if you listen to the lyrics, it could be sweaty hot in a bedroom.
Can you feel it now, babe? Can you feel it now?
I can feel it now. Can you feel it now? We can feel it now. Whoa.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome, Renee. So another ask you anything. And again, this is our first episode with this, so bear with us, y'all. I'm gonna try to.
This is loose.
This is loose. But I want to try to make it, worthwhile. So, and I'm not even sure if I know that. I think I might know the answer to this, but I'm going to ask anyway. Who is your greatest inspiration when it comes to writing songs? Like where do you pull your inspiration from? Like, is there like an artist that you just gotta like play in your house or in your car, and you're trying to get into the groove, or is it like a routine? Like, do you do yoga? Like where do you get your inspiration from? Is it like real life situations that happen? I already know about someone else. I already know. And if you follow us, there are going to be some songs that I'm going to ask, who are you talking about?
He wants a name.
A number. I want names and
a number. He's like, I have to have a conversation with this person about what you just wrote that song about. You tell me who it is. So you asked like 3 questions. So so when I go to write music, there's like, it's not yoga, it's not anything like that. Like my house has to be clean for one.
Okay.
And I do it right in my house. I don't know why I can't. Like I tried to write here, and
it doesn't go. Okay. No. All right.
So my house, like I have to like I light all the candles that I have in my house, and it's got to be clean. And then I go
lights on. Is it dimmed?
And then and then I go into the studio, and I start it in the studio. But then like when I finally kind of get a vibe going or whatever, then I go to the piano, because I have like in the house like a little mini like play out space that's like by a window, and I open the windows and play loud and annoy the neighbors. And so I try to hammer it out, and then like I take in the hallway, I've got like really tall ceilings in the hallway, and I'll lay down in the hallway and I'll like start saying words like in the melody line I've come up with. Like there's so like basically if you filmed it, I'm just like moving from place to place in my house trying to make this song happen. But the lyrics, no, like there's literally nobody I'm tapping into for lyrics. Like it's literally like there's something in here that I have to unlock. Like literally every song I'm like, it's in here and I just have to unlock it. And if I can figure out how to unlock it, so like the song I'm starting a new song, and I played it for Fred tonight, and I've got like the first 2 verses, but then like when I go to try the 3rd verse, I feel like it's like another lock. It's like a labyrinth. Like there's some like combination I've got to figure out to get the lyrics out.
Right.
So I was like, okay, I'll deal with that labyrinth tomorrow. I was like, because I got to go to my space to do it. I can't do it over there. I got to go to my space to do it.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
It all gets written, and that's why I think I will never sell my house, because it's like this place that's just so zen for me that I can like write this.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how I write them. But sonically, that, there's influences. So like, for example, we're working with a new producer, and I was talking to him about the song, and he was like, when you send it, if you could send it with like reference tracks, like
Okay. Okay.
You know, so he could get an idea of the vibe that's in my head, because we're not producers. So I don't know the verbiage. I don't know the lingo, like to tell him how, like, so in order to explain it to him, I'm using references like Evanescence or Billie Eilish, or, you know, like I'm feeling it like in this like kind of dark, moody kind of space, like,
Right.
you know, and then that's the magic, I think, for a producer, is learning how to take an artist's like what's up here and somehow pull it out of them and turn it into something that's like tangible. So like tonight I was like, Fred, I was like, I'm gonna play this for you, and Fred's like, okay, I see it three ways, which is so funny, because when I first met him, he took my EP and did the same thing. So I've got 3 versions of every song. I was like, what?
Right.
He's like, so we'll see which one works.
Yeah. So okay.
You got time for one more question?
I got one more for you.
You got one more question.
All right.
Ask me anything. Ask me.
And it's still musical. All right.
We're still in music.
So as of today,
May 5th.
if you could, Cinco de Mayo! Yay!
I forgot.
Man, we've been working so much. We forgot all about Cinco de Mayo.
Back in the day, we would have been out drinking,
man,
partying.
I would have my Coronas, my tequilas.
My gosh, I didn't even like.
Now I'm sipping water.
I know.
You know,
Well, we
we're doing podcasts.
We did a whole bottle of wine before this, so it's cool. It's
cool.
Cool.
We did.
It's cool.
Okay, so if there is an artist that you could open up for, who would it be and why?
Oh man. Okay, so Fred knows that we are going to go on tour. The question is, with who? Right. So Fred knows, and I've always thought.
Only one.
I know. I've always thought it would be a guy that we would open up for.
Okay.
I always thought that would be it.
Right.
And I kind of thought like, well, at one time, this is just because I love it. And you know what? What's the deal? Like JT, why does everyone not like JT right now? Like I love JT. I was just referencing his 2020 album from way back when. I love the production on the stuff that he does.
It's a good album.
It's got that big, you know, I don't know if he's done anything new yet or if he even tours anymore. But I think we're like contemporaries too, like JT, like in terms of life, like we're contemporaries. If it was a girl, I don't know who I'd open for if it was a girl. Like, I feel like Lady Gaga might fit the space, but I don't know if she tours anymore. Because we're like, I'm thinking now. Look, I'm saying this not from these are my favorite people, though. Y'all are awesome, but like, I'm not saying it from that place. I'm saying it from a sonic space, like what would make the most sense.
Right.
But then weirdly, I was just talking to Leslie today about how we went to see U2 and Florence and the Machine opened for U2.
Correct.
Florence and the Machine is like.
So when I was in college and I was taking like music industry classes, it's cool to bring, like, if it's a country artist, to have another up and coming country artist to open for. But at the same time, music brings people together. Yeah. So it's nothing wrong with a rock headline and a hip hop artist is the opening act.
From a rock. Yeah.
You know, because I truly feel that music brings people together, meaning that there's a lot of iconic songs that we all love. But if we was to be like, where was the first place? Where were you when you first heard this song? I might be able to tell you exactly where I was at and what I was wearing when that song came on.
When you first
or when I bought that album or the CD or
or
anything like that, you know. Matter of fact, my cousin and I, we were speaking today, and he brought back some good memories of an Erykah Badu album that we listened to together, and then he started sharing memories of it. And I was like, man, you brought back some good ass memories, man. I'm so sorry, but
isn't it amazing how like a song can literally transport you to another place?
And I like it's like I remembered and I forgot at the same time.
Yeah.
Because initially I forgot about it, but then when he started speaking of it, like I knew it just transported me back into my old house. What we were doing. We had the music loud and bumping, you know what I'm saying? And it was just, so a lot of songs are going to be like that for you.
Maybe I'm supposed to open for a hip hop artist.
You never know.
You never look.
But did you ever say who the female artist is?
Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga. Okay, all right, Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga.
I mean, shooting for the stars here.
I set you up for that. Like Lady Gaga, Lady Gaga.
Shoot for the stars here. Yeah, no, because I think I like that she's got genre variants.
Yeah.
Because I do. Like I don't play in one genre. That's the thing. Like I could open for J-Lo probably.
Yeah.
And be successful because I've got 2 Latin-ish songs, but then sonically, I don't know. At the end of the day, I'll just be happy to open for somebody.
Yeah. Just to be on that big stage,
big
lights.
That's it. Just on like a tour and like that's it. That's it. Just to get
that would be
right, Fred, because he's gonna be up there on the drums.
Yes.
Yeah. So hey, we are so glad you joined us.
Thank you. And next time we might have an Amy. Well, ask me anything.
An Amy.
AMA. That's what I was trying to say.
Oh, because it is.
I was trying to figure out a cool.
Shorten it.
Yeah.
An AMA. We may have an AMA for you.
We might have an AMA, but we might be back to the Renee Ruth music podcast. So who knows?
We're here for whatever.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Cheers.
Bye.